It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. And in the news, a reminder, an important blood drive today taking place here in Jesup at the Jesup First United Methodist Church Fellowship Hall. The time today between 1 and 7 p.m. Donors will receive a long-sleeve Red Cross T-shirts while supplies last, and all donors will be tested for COVID-19 antibodies. They state results of those tests will be available through the Red Cross app and redcrossblood.org. Once again, the blood drive is set for today, Wednesday, December 30th from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Fellowship Hall in the American Fellowship Hall, Jesup First United Methodist Church. Again, 203 East Cherry Street in Jesup. Red Cross stressing how important blood drives are at this time of year. So again, if you have the chance to give the gift of life a pint of blood, it will deeply appreciate it today from 1 to 7 at the Jesup First United Methodist Church Fellowship Hall. Also in the news, former Wayne County School Superintendent David Norris passed away Sunday at the age of 81 after a lengthy illness. Norris was a 1957 graduate of Jesup High School, became a respected and much-loved coach, teacher, principal, and school superintendent before retiring in 1993. Survivors are his wife of 60 years, Kara Finch Bowen Norris of Scriven, Georgia, daughter Camille Finch Bowen Norris, Travis Sellers of Odom, Georgia, two sons, Marshall Lori Norris of Waynesboro and Thad Brooke Norris of Scriven, 7 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren. Private family graveside services being held today in the Jesup City Cemetery with Bishop Thad Norris and Marshall Norris officiating. In lieu of flowers, they state memorials can be made to Community Home Care, 140 Colonial Way, Jesup, Georgia, 31545, or Crossroads Church of God, 2949 Lanesbridge Road in Jesup. Reinhardt and Sons Funeral Home in charge of all the arrangements. Again, former Wayne County School Superintendent David Norris passing away Sunday at the age of 91. Again, the private family service will be held today. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Other news, 2 days left of early voting today and Thursday, with Election Day set for Tuesday, January the 5th. On Tuesday, December 29th, 449 voters cast their ballots at the registrar's office, bringing the total of early votes in Wayne County to 4,114. Registrar's office open today from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then on Election Day, Tuesday, January 5th, polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you have any questions about the early voting process, simply contact the Wayne County Registrar's Office at 427-5950. All eyes on the state of Georgia with these two important runoffs for the U.S. Senate. And with just days away, the heavy hitters from each party will be arriving in Georgia to campaign, including President Trump will be at the Dalton Regional Airport on Monday, January 4th at 7 p.m. for a campaign rally for Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. On the Democratic side, President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will be in Georgia. Harris will be in Savannah this Sunday for a campaign stop. Biden will be in Georgia Monday as well, but details of his trip have not been finalized as of Tuesday afternoon. Democrats need to win both runoffs on January 5th to force a 50-50 tie in the U.S. Senate, which would give Vice President-elect Kamala Harris the tie vote. Republicans need just one win to maintain control of the U.S. Senate. About $800 million in advertising has already been spent with days to go. More than 2.3 million Georgians statewide have already voted during the early voting period. Vice President Mike Pence has visited Georgia 4 times since the November 3rd elections. They say there's a chance he also makes a campaign stop before next Tuesday. Today on the Butch and Bob Show, we'll talk with Congressman Buddy Carter about the important elections in Georgia, also the latest happenings in Washington, D.C., as no vote was taken yesterday in the Senate concerning the president's push for $2,000 checks being given out rather than $600 already approved. And Buddy Carter this morning on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Georgia Secretary of State's also released a report Tuesday which states that law enforcement investigators did not find a single fraudulent absentee ballot during the audit that they conducted of over 15,000 voter signatures. The audit contradicts allegations that absentee ballots were fraudulent and that the election was stolen. There were 10 absentee ballots that had been accepted, but voter signatures did not match, where signatures were missing. But agents with the GBI and investigators with the Secretary of State's office contacted those voters and confirmed that they had submitted those ballots. Raffensperger, Republican, says the audit results confirm the election outcome in the state. Again, after 2 recounts, both by hand and machine, all of the 5 million ballots cast in Georgia's presidential election. The report states its findings plainly. It says, quote, no fraudulent absentee ballots were identified during the audit, end quote. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news, an early Christmas present arrived this year for healthcare workers at Wayne Memorial Hospital, the first installment of the modern COVID-19 vaccine. Among the first in the group to receive the vaccine was Dr. Bill Headley. He says he shares his experience, no real side effects, less a sore arm for a couple of days. He says encourage folks to get the vaccine so that we can beat this virus quickly. Headley will return 28 days from the shot date for a second dose of the vaccine. He added that it was the best early Christmas present ever. Hospital employee Beth Gorse also received the first of the two-part vaccine. She experienced soreness in her arm the next day, similar to the flu shot. She says she has a sense of relief knowing that they've started the vaccine process. In Wayne Memorial Hospital, fellow employee Janet Keith joins her coworkers in the excitement to receive the vaccine. She says all is well, feeling appreciative. She says that she prays that it's available to everyone who wants the vaccine soon. Again, those are the people that received the vaccine at Wayne Memorial Hospital. The Wayne County Commissioners' agenda for the first meeting of the year 2021, set for Monday, January 4th at 7 p.m. On the agenda, under presentations and announcements, Chrissy Boyles and Mr. Renaud, Deputy Magistrate, discuss insurance coverage. Under new business, consider and approve budget for T-Splost. Consider and approve Holmansville Road construction utility relocation costs. Consider and approve Sunset Boulevard temporary surface repairs. Consider and approve disaster recovery and redevelopment plan. Discuss and consider and approve contract for concession agreement. Consider and approve resolution to adopt a Wayne County comprehensive plan where it all comes together. Consider and approve resolution for the issuance of the TANs. Consider and approve health care renewal, and consider and approve resolution for the Public Works Authority. Several board appointments on the agenda, items with the administrator, items with the commissioners, again, all set for Monday, January 4th at 7 p.m. 3 days into the effort to tear the stern off the shipwrecked Golden Ray with an anchor chain, things are running smoothly according to all reports. The second cut into the half-submerged shipwreck in the St. Simons Sound began around noon on Christmas Day, according to the command post. They state not only has there been no significant setbacks, the U.S. Coast Guard says a lot of progress is being made. So far, the current cut has experienced no chain breaks nor any other significant delays. They have to cut 13 steel decks inside, and those decks contain some 4,200 vehicles that were the Golden Ray's cargo when it capsized back on September 8th of 2019. The task of removing the ship's bow during the first cut consumed most of the last month. They experienced the first of several chain breaks back in November. Shipwreck is surrounded by a 1 mile perimeter environmental protection barrier. The barrier surface is lined with an oil pollution prevention boom. Additionally, numerous oil skimmer and debris collected vessels patrols the waters outside the barrier. Finally, in the news, don't forget the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce gearing up for their Eggs and Issues breakfast for the Pine Forest Country Club on Thursday, January 7th. It's underway that morning from 7:30 to 9 a.m. This year's event will be a little different than years past due to the COVID-19 and social distancing guidelines. They'll host a combination of an in-person and virtual event. First 10 sponsors will have 8 in-person tickets. All others will be given virtual tickets to access and view the program online. Virtual tickets are free to chamber members, $10 for non-chamber members. And they say it's a great opportunity to hear from our legislators before they head to Atlanta to begin the 2021 legislative session. Guest speakers will be State Representative Bill Werkheiser and Stephen Meeks and Senator Blake Tillery. Again, the date Thursday, January 7th at the Pine Forest Country Club between 7:30 and 9 a.m. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.